Well, if you're an art collector or appreciate contemporary art for its beauty and culture, our next guest, Galeria Namu, located online at www.galerianamu.com, has treasures you have been searching for. Galeria Namu is an exclusive gallery that supports the local artisans of Costa Rica, bringing their unique culture, traditions, and history, which is depicted through their amazing art pieces to the rest of the world. Here to tell us more about this incredible art is the gallery owner, Aisling French. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Elizabeth. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, it's wonderful to have you. Please tell me what inspired you to get involved with the local artisans of Costa Rica?
Good question. I went to Costa Rica for 2 years, 16 years ago.
Wow.
So as you can guess, yes, something happened. Well, It wasn't my intention. I was teaching. But it did strike me very quickly that there was no place where I could buy my favorite kind of art, which is folk art, in any part of Costa Rica. Hardly at all. There was some, but nothing that really lit my fire. And then I found out that there were 8 tribes in Costa Rica. Now that may sound sort of gratuitous. Well, who doesn't know that? Well, not many people do.
Not many people, yeah, I wouldn't have known.
I mean, people go to Costa Rica for biodiversity, not ethnodiversity, and yet there are 8 tribes. But they're not like 8 thriving, huge, kaleidoscopic tribes, you know, they're very small in number. So then I get to thinking, okay, so there's got to be folk art in such a beautiful country, and there's got to be cultural expression from the tribes.
Sure.
So where can I find this? Well, I couldn't, so I did it myself. And as a result, Galeria Namu was born out of the desire to give these artists, who by definition are poor people, a fair trade venue. Fair trade philosophy is how I operate the gallery, and there isn't another fair trade gallery in Costa Rica either. And so the artists are able to have the dignity and respect that they deserve, and I, as an educator, can give to the people who patronize the gallery the background information, and so it just all comes together.
It just works out beautifully, doesn't it? Well, tell us about some of the pieces that you brought with you today.
Well, you'll see pieces that are tribal and pieces that are folk. And the definition, I think, is self-evident. But probably in the gallery, one of the most remarkable pieces of art, and you'll see examples of it here, are the masks. Now, there's practically no culture in the world that doesn't have masks, right?
True, yeah.
And the types of masks that we have from the Brunca tribe, one of the 8 tribes in the Pacific Southwest of Costa Rica, are either masks that are worn in their extraordinary annual ceremony, La Danza de los Diablitos, where they are basically avenging their ancestors for the, the persecution suffered 500, I should say, years ago, and it's been going on for a long time, maybe 400 years. And those are used masks, and out of that mask culture has come a contemporary expression using the mask as a vehicle to talk about their spirituality of their ancestors, the cosmology of their ancestors. So you see a variety of animals that would have been their gods.
Yeah, and the pieces are so beautiful with all the detail and how they work them. And to know that there is such history behind them is all the more interesting,
It's all the more, and to see such genius behind it too.
Absolutely. Now, I would imagine these pieces are pretty fragile. How do you ship them for people that want to order that are, say in the States or away from you? Obviously, can't get to the gallery.
Right. That's well, even if you do get to the gallery, you might also wonder, I love this piece,
how
and
do
I hear
take
it all
back
the time,
with
so
me?
how do I take it back? We have in the gallery the means, over 13 years of experience, to pack safely anything from fragile-looking pre-Columbian reproductions, which we have that are extraordinary. We brought some today. Or masks that have very fine details on them. We have techniques of making them safe for either shipping or taking personally with you when you leave the gallery.
That's awesome. And you talked a little bit about the different tribes. Now, is this art pretty indicative to Costa Rica in general, or just Namu?
Well, it's indicative of the tribe's culture. It's just that what Galeria Namu has done is sort of taken that cultural expression and given it a place to go.
A life.
A venue.
Yeah, a life, a place to be.
And not only is it just sort of in a vacuum, you come into the website, you see something that you love, you're not just going to get the piece, you're going to get, if you get a mask, for example, signed, with a picture of the artist on it, or if it's a used mask, a picture of it in context. If it's a piece of pre-Columbian reproduction, where did it come from? What was it used for? So we're very much in the educational side of it.
Now, speaking of which, you have people that come in probably from all over the world, all different aspects of life, and then people that probably shop locally. What do they think of the artwork itself? I mean, it really is detailed and beautiful.
Well, first of all, they're surprised. And second of all, the philosophy of fair trade in the gallery is something that people really appreciate. I mean, I know the artists appreciate it, that's a given.
Absolutely.
But the people, our clients, our customers, appreciate being able to participate in the cycle. And I use the example, I say, okay, here's how fair trade works. And I look at them and I say, you are going to buy a piece that, let's say, costs you $100. The artist has already received 50, and the gallery receives its share, 50, when it sells. And then I can go back to the artist when you take that piece home with you and ask them to create another one to fill the space that you've left. So you're part of the cycle of support. And they go, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, they feel that they're doing something, not just acquiring beautiful art, that they're actually part of the support system.
To it. Exactly. Well, Ashley, it's been wonderful having you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth.
Now, for you folks at home who would like to help support the local artisans of Costa Rica in Namu and enjoy some amazing art in the process, you can do so by visiting www.galerianamu.com. Now, since the business is located in Central America and it's the busiest time of the year, please allow at least 2 weeks shipping time to receive your orders. And until the end of January, if you sign up through their website to receive the periodic Galeria Namu newsletter, you are entitled to a free gift from 4 different choices of original artwork to choose from when you make a purchase of $100 or more before shipping costs. You can also call for more information at 800-616-4322. Once again, the website to visit is galerianamu.com. Be sure to get there today.